Menu narration option is set to off.
Between these iconic hedges, the field where some of college football's greats have called home. Sanford Stadium in Athens, Georgia, where these fans are ready to turn the dogs loose. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Baylor Bears. taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Baylor Bears offense will start this game off. This has an old-school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21. The Bears want to crank the tempo. These two conferences have been tied together for years through the Sugar Bowl, a little testiness with the whole Texas-Oklahoma thing, and now the rivalry on the field between the Big 12 and the SEC.
Yeah, and conference realignments played a big factor, too, between these two conferences. Think back to when Texas A&M and Missouri joined the SEC. So this is always a fun one to watch, David. Wide-open offense from the Big 12, and then you get the physicality and the speed from the SEC.
I think you nailed it right there. Two totally different worlds. They live in different worlds all the time. One is pitchy woo-woo, throw it around all over the yard. The other one, physicality. Which style can present itself today and win the ball game?
Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. He wants to throw. Lofts one high and deep. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Caught in the backfield, it sucks. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Trying to pick up a first down. Third down play from the gun. Got his man downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a group.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollack, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play at the University of Georgia. It was his athleticism. It was his tenacity. He wasn't just getting sacks and tackles for...
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. It must be great to be a Georgia linebacker. Coming downhill with speed, defensive front eats up blockers, and you make the play.
It is nice, and it's nice because usually they got 3 guys in front of you. They're eating 5, and those linebackers get to come downhill, make plays in the backfield like you saw right here.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
The Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. so Georgia's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Back to throw, it's Rashada. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Unlike the old school thinking, this is the area of the field that is really 4-down territory now. They'll run for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Bears headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. A strike downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Just outstanding execution, continuing to work his way back through the football.
Yeah, and everything about this route looks vertical. The comeback, it looks like it's a go. I'm thinking speed, and then he sets it down. QB puts the ball on the money, and he makes the play.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Back to the air one more time. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Looking to throw for it. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup. Colorado steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Boulder a ton of confidence. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job of ball security there, and that led to the fumble.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor! A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Rashada. Throws for the tight end. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. Georgia sends out the punt team. Let's see what he can do with it. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And that pass picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Inside the 35. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Power football with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and force a tackle for a loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. They'll give it to the back. Can't get him to the ground. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Back to pass, it's Rashada. He's got his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into your rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll try the run. Breaks the tackle. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain. The Bears want to pick up the tempo. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Bears with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Suggs. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Got the back over the middle. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. The Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Running out of time here in the first half. They do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Fires one high and deep. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And I tell you what, when you got a guy that is that good at dissecting your defense, you better get pressure. Nice job by the defense, hurrying him up, speeding up the thought process.
Looking downfield, it's Rashada. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. Got him downfield. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes a catch. They'll immediately call timeout.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Lets it go to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Good job in coverage defending their own end zone there because you're trying to compress these windows and make it tough for the quarterback, and they were able to tip that one up in the air, and obviously it falls incomplete.
After the missed connection, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. With the catch, it's Porter. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that lead grows even bigger. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, men. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And the Bears will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Here's the handoff. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, that's a great tackle by the linebacker. If he doesn't make that play on the running back catching the ball on the flat, that might be a big gainer. Nice job with fundamental tackling defensively.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, right away after picking up a first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Now on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Rashada. Getting some heat. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set it down.
Looking for the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Dogs!
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is getting smoked. And even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure folks around that program feel that way. Something's up there in Lincoln. They're trailing by 21 to UCLA. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll try to pop the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Bears moving quickly to the line. Takes the handoff. It's Suggs. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
And the Bears will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the return, it's Tuggle. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have
hit the afterburners, kid. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And into the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we're tied up in the 3rd. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The Bears want to move quickly. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
And the Bears will punt this one away. He'll bring it back. It's Tuggle. He's got great speed. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia. The whole thought process is just get the ball back and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball reached. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution on that punt return.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll throw it on 1st down. He looks that one in nicely. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's off to the races. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bears! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Line gets set, first down. End off from the shotgun. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. The give to the back. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Finds his tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
Dude, 4th and inches. If I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games. So I'm going for it on 4th and inches every single time.
The Dogs are flying down the field. Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Across the 45. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and is going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Back to the ground game on the left. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Going up top on 1st down. Wide open downfield. Can anyone catch him? The 10. Touchdown, Baylor! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese.
Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Honestly, I don't think in this situation of the game you need to be taking shots that far down the field. You need high percentage throws. You need to be able to play pitch and catch and move this ball down the field, down a possession late to put yourself in an opportunity to win.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Coming after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing.
And that pass intercepted. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have
And they'll take over.
The offense pay it off from the 26. The Bears inside the final minute trying to hang on to this lead and the ball. They go to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. He's looking to throw. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead. But if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the second half, and I think that's the right decision.
The last thing you want to do here is give up a big return, pin them back, and then the defense can just stop them from scoring a touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Back to throw, it's Rashada. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. We'll see if they can dial up one that works this time on 2nd down from the 14. He's looking to throw. Pumps it downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Running toward the tape. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. And that one is what are hungry for big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And that pass will be incomplete, and time has run out on this game. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know,